Okay, ladies, let's get started. So, tonight I thought we would talk about reverse dieting. I feel like, especially with diet culture out there, that a lot of people's metabolism reviews were like, oh no, you're not eating enough. We all kind of came to Fitme with like, we want to lose weight. I think that that's kind of like the diet culture of it and like doing a thing. We quickly find out that Fitme is not a thing, and it's way different than we were like anticipating when we first got here. Um, so we realized that we weren't eating enough food. So basically, why does a person need to reverse diet? If somebody has been eating too low of calories to support their bodies, basically, and their activity level, then they're okay. Let me start this over again. Let me start over again. So, our bodies burn a certain amount of calories just to survive, laying on a couch all day, organs, breathing, all the things. Let's say on an average, that's about 1,400 calories, right? So we need that just to lay there and survive. That's not even talking about if we exercise, if we have an active job, if just moving around doing our daily life, right? So, especially in this world of diet culture, we think less is more. So we want to lose weight. We get to this, we cut our calories, right? We lose weight. Yay. Our body adapts. Bodies are very, very, very smart. And they quickly adapt to that deficit because, hey, we're in survival mode, man. The body doesn't care about losing weight. It doesn't care what size it is. It cares about if it's being fed, right? So it adapts to that certain calorie for survival, basically. And so, whoa, we're not losing weight anymore. Oh my God, we plateaued. Let's slash some more calories. Let's take out a meal. Okay, we might lose weight. Body quickly adapts. All of a sudden, we're at this place where our body's actually adapted to a low calorie. And oftentimes it gets pissed off. It's stressed out. It stops losing weight. Sometimes we even feel like we've gained weight. We feel fluffy or inflamed, or why can't I lose weight anymore? It's because the body has adapted to this low calorie and you can only cut so many calories, right? And so we stop losing weight. What do we need to do to get out of that? Well, we need to raise our calories. And it takes time to do this because it takes time for the body to trust us, right? So when we've adapted to these low calories, the body doesn't trust us anymore. So sometimes this is why we don't lose weight, but this is why we feel like we're even gaining weight or feeling fluffy. It's because the body's like, I don't know when this chick is going to feed me again. I'm going to store this shit. So if I really, really need it, I have it there, right? And so the body's doing this thing and the metabolism slows way down. It's like Christy's talked about that fire. If you guys have watched that metabolism workshop she did, she talks about a healthy metabolism as a huge fire. And the more fuel we put on it, AKA food, the bigger it gets, right? And the less food we put on it, the smaller it gets. So when we are in an adapted state to low calories, our fire is really small. Sometimes we feel like if we had a bad weekend, we ate a lot of food, we went off the Richter, we feel like, why? It was only 2 days, but why did I jump up 5-7 pounds? Like, it's because the body doesn't know how to deal with that because it's used to have this low fire. And so putting fuel on it, it doesn't know what to do. So that's why we reverse. And so reversing is slowly coming out of that and coming up to or above maintenance. If we are in that adapted low calorie state, we will not be successful with weight loss. It just won't happen. It won't happen. And if it does happen, it's in an unhealthy way and we're bound to bounce back because we can't maintain lower calories than our body needs for a very long period of time. So sometimes that's adding 5%, 10%. And we see that in like 200 calories at a time, kind of get used to that amount. 200 more calories at a time, kind of get used to that amount. It kind of depends on how deficit you are. The The scary parts about reverse dieting, especially when we come here to lose weight, the scary part is what? I came here to lose weight. I have to eat more food. Oh my God, I'm going to get fat. It's a legitimate fear. And I know that sounds like mean, but I feel like it's a legitimate fear. Guess what? I've reverse dieted before. I felt that way. I freaked out. I did not like it, but I kept remember thinking, just trust the process, trust the process, trust the process. Because guess what? If we don't trust the process, we go in this vicious cycle mode. We get down to the weight we want to get down to finally. We think, okay, we're going to go into maintenance, but really our body has not been getting it what it needs. So maintenance ends up being beyond maintenance, right? And so we gain weight. And then all of a sudden we're like, oh God, we need to slash calories again, go back down. And so it's this vicious cycle of going around and around. Most of us have not even gone through a proper weight loss season properly. We've been dieting 365 days a year. It's on our brain all the time. We want to lose weight, right? All the time. And so that's another reason why reverse dieting feels so scary, because we haven't actually done like a healthy, I shouldn't say me, like when I first came here, I'd never done a healthy, like, I'm going to lose weight. Okay, I'm at the goal. I'm going to go back up to maintenance and live my life. I've never done that. And so it sounds really scary, but we have to build those calories in order to cut them. So what sounds better? Starting your weight loss season at 1,500 calories. Okay, guess what? It takes 1,400 calories for your body to even survive. But if you've been at 1,500 calories for a long time, your body's probably at like 1,000 calories. So you may cut some calories and lose some weight, but then you'll have to cut more. Like, what are we going to get down to eating 100 calories a day? See where I'm going? We can't do that. It's not sustainable. So if we get our calories up, and I'm just going to say, if we're at 2,200 calories, oh my gosh, we can cut 200 and go to 2,000 calories and still be in a deficit to lose weight. We get to eat food still. We get to enjoy our lives. We get to maybe have some wine. You know what I mean? And so it's a much healthier and more sustainable way to lose weight. Does anybody have any questions on that?
I'm just so glad that you are talking about this. Because joining Fitme, I've increased my, I've cut a lot of fast food out. Like fast food was my go-to, it's just a busy life on the go, not packing my lunch, not preparing, not even thinking about breakfast until 9-10 o'clock in the morning. And then it's like, oh, hey, what can we do? Burrito run, right? Like, it's like, so I've cut my calories and I've changed my calories. Maybe I should say that I've changed my calories and I've added movement. So I thought, okay, this is good. And then it's like, oh, wait, why am I always hungry? Mm-hmm. Why do I'm getting those hunger cues? I'll eat breakfast and then 2 hours later, I'm hungry again.
Mm-hmm. Because you think you're exchanging those calories, like the calories are still there, but they're different, but they're not, because clean, healthy food has less calories than a burrito. Like, oh my God, a burrito. You got beans, you got rice, you got guacamole, you got cheese, you got a pound of meat on there. Like, that's like 1,000 calorie burrito. I mean, damn, they're good. But if you're having that on a regular basis, and then you switch that with like 2 eggs, 5 ounces of, tennis ball potatoes. Yeah. And so you could quickly feel like you're just switching calories, but really you're slashing calories, which is okay. But it's like, we want the least effective dose. We don't need to go crazy. We don't need to be like, you're eating 2,200 calories. You have a rocking metabolism. Like, everything's in like perfect coach's dream to lose weight. Yes. Let's cut 700 calories, right? We don't do that, because your body will adapt. And then you're like, oh crap. Well, now we got to cut more calories. And so that's why we want the least effective dose. And when you cut calories, which AKA swap your burrito for, Fitme plates, that's cutting calories. And then you add activity on top of it. You don't need that much to see results. And therefore you don't have to put all that stress on your body. And so it's better to eat a little bit more and get a deficit from exercise also. fuel, I mean, it is a fine line, ladies, because especially as we pick up our movement, our bodies, the magic happens. The magic of exercise and movement happens during rest and during refuel. And so if we're not properly doing that, the body can't recover properly, AKA stress on the body, AKA put weight loss stress over here, take care of homeostasis stress. And we're not, it's too much. And so that's why you have to have this fine line of like dancing over here with the deficit of the movement, yet deficit, but fueling. So you're not like, does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that explanation. Thank you.
You're welcome. And so are you doing a reverse? How many, were you having too little of calories, in terms of you weren't seeing results? You have seen results, haven't you?
Oh no, I've seen results. Yeah. And I am eating more, like my plates are full, but I think I'm not having any snacks in between, and I need to add more protein.
Yeah. Yes.
I need to add more protein to my meal because I'm doing okay on those, I mean, from when I was tracking it. And I didn't really realize what I was eating. Like I wasn't going into this saying, I'm only going to eat 1,100 calories.
Right.
It's the swap. Yeah, I was just swapping.
Yeah.
And so then whenever I did my review and I was tracking it and I'm looking, I'm like, wow, this is not a lot.
Yeah.
But not realizing it.
Yes.
And so, but I was, and so like I would increase my vegetables, which don't have a lot of calories. I can eat a whole bag of asparagus and it's only 30 calories.
Yeah, exactly. It gets you full. So you have that hunger. You're like, oh, I'm full. And here's the other thing, like we were talking about in me and Lauren's group today, which I thought was very interesting, and I never thought about this before, how going through the process of Fitme, we are also learning about our bodies. We're learning to listen to our bodies. We're learning to figure out, oh God, I woke up with a screaming headache. What did I do yesterday? What did I eat yesterday? What did I not? We're learning how to like listen to these cues of our body, which is really super important. Like this is our vessel that carries us through life. It's very important to like be in tune with it and listen to it and know what, start figuring out what makes us feel good, what makes us not feel good. And so, especially like in weight loss, there is a certain amount of hunger that comes along with weight loss. But if that hunger starts like being ravenous hunger, if that hunger also includes mood swings, exhaustion, like, all these kind of other things, it's very important for us to listen to our body and be like, why am I like so pissed off all the time? Why am I screaming and yelling? Why am I exhausted? Like, oh, I can't even move. Like, why do I have cement shoes? Like, it's important to listen to these things and be like, oh, maybe I'm not eating enough. Like it's a fine line. Weight loss is a fine line between like walking a hunger line, but not like, totally like going crazy on a hunger line and turning into a complete monster. And that's a cue like, hey, I need to eat more to be successful in this weight loss season, which sounds totally counterproductive, but it is true. It is true.
Am I the only one on a reverse diet right now?
I don't know.
No, I'm on a reverse diet as well.
Are you?
I am. And I have to eat more protein and actually more carbs, which I don't love. But I think where I get confused is I'm told to eat more. I work out pretty regularly. I'm never hungry. Well, actually, when I started Fitme, I was never hungry. So I didn't even have hunger cues. And then I started eating more because of Fitme. So now I at least get hungry. But the working out and the eating all this food, I swear I feel fluffy and not like I'm it doesn't feel like I'm going in the right direction. Now, I also don't weigh, so I have no idea. Just, it's probably all in my mind,
You mean weigh
but
your food or weigh your body?
my body. But because I know I'm eating more and I work out regularly and I'm not sore often, so it's not inflammation, but I definitely feel after I eat, I feel fluffy. When I wake up, I feel fine. But like right now, I had dinner. Dinner was some chili over a bed of vegetables. And I feel fluffy because I wasn't even hungry. I could have missed that meal and would have been completely fine.
How long have you been doing this?
This reverse diet, well, doing it well, January. When was I told to do it? Fitme event.
Yeah, I know. It's hard. It's hard. I will say one thing. The more consistent you are, the faster it goes.
Yeah.
But it is hard. And there's three things that can happen during a reverse. Nothing. You could not gain weight. You just stayed the same. Nothing could happen. You could lose weight because you're actually giving your body some things. And maybe you have a body that's like, whoa, God dang it, about time. Thank you. Like, now I'm happy. I can do all the things. I ain't stressed out anymore. And then the other one is you could gain weight. Because listen, our bodies are adapted to a certain amount of calories, right? The science of losing and gaining weight is calories in versus calories out. So energy in versus energy out. So it is very normal to gain weight. When I did my first reverse diet, because I'm also on a reverse diet right now, and you're right, Antika, it's a struggle. It's like doing it well, March. And so if we, yes, we're going to gain weight, but our bodies have adapted to, just throwing numbers out there, 1,000 calories, right? Our body's adapted to that. So yeah, we're going to put ourselves in a surplus, but this is the long game. This is the Fitme game. This is stopping the vicious cycles of losing, gaining, losing, gaining, losing, gaining, right? It's a long game. It could take a year. It depends on your body, depends on your hunger cues, your fatigue, your sex drive, your bathroom habits, like all these things it depends on. And that is what's going to tell you, like, hey, I feel so good right now. That's going to tell you when you're done and you get to go back down. But the thing is, when you go back down, hopefully the goal of a reverse is to get into a healthy calorie range so that when we do go into a weight loss season, we're not going into this, we're not going into our just to survive calories. That's what we do not want to tap into, because once we tap into those, that's when that goes down. And all of a sudden we're sitting on the couch only burning 900 calories instead of 1,400 calories, right? We don't want to do that. So that's the whole point of the reverse. And it is to get above maintenance. It is to get above maintenance, because when we drop down, if we could get to, there's somebody in this Fitme world that's supposed to get to 3,000 calories. Sounds insane, but that's her activity. But she can get there, and then guess what? She can go to 2,500 and lose weight. How amazing would that be? Then she gets to eat food when she goes back to maintenance and actually maintain it, because she's not sluggish, feel shitty, all the things. And so that's like the long game, glory game, is stopping this vicious cycle and going up, going back down, and then getting to stay there. That's the cool part of a reverse diet. And that's why when we get frustrated about it, we don't want to eat, we're stuffed, we don't feel hungry, like it's a full-time job to eat all this food. That's when we have to just literally mutter to ourselves, trust the process, like just trust the process. And you'll mutter to you. That's exactly how I do it. I'm like, trust the fucking process. It's not like use process, woohoo. It sucks. But suffer for a little to be happy for longer.
How do you know when you get to the point where you're like, how do you know when you're at the end? How does the reverse diet end so that you then get to the point where you're now can drop some calories?
When I did my first reverse with Christy, it started to become like, it literally started to feel like I was force feeding myself. Like I just was like, it was starting to get too much. I was starting to like tipped the scale over what I was really comfortable with. And I wasn't tired. My lifting felt really good. I could run without like feeling like there's cement shoes on there. Like all these things start happening where you just are like, whoa, I feel rested last night. Whoa, I went to the bathroom. Great. Oh, I have a sex drive again. Oh my God, I crushed that workout. Like that's when you know. That's when you know. If you're still like, not really. But then also, again, you have to give your body this time to trust you. You can't be like, okay, I ate high calories for a week, sucker, let's cut now. Like the body's like, I don't believe you. And so you have to give the body like time to be like, okay, I think this girl is going to feed me. I trust her. Think of how long you put your body into distrust. For me, it was like 40 years. I knew it was going to take some time.
So is this where you eat like the 5 meals a day? Is this where that kind of kicks in, or does that even play into this?
What do you mean?
Like how, how they say eat 5 meals a day? I mean,
Who's
just like
they?
not that, I don't know, Google.
Yeah. Just wanted to hear you say it.
Where it's your breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner.
That is an easy way to do it. Like when I reversed with Christy the first time, I worked like we owned our business. I worked. And so I had to pack on my food, but I put myself on a loose time schedule. Like I always went to the gym at 5. I got to work at 6. I ate my breakfast at 6:30. I had a snack at 10. I ate my lunch around 1. I had another snack around 3. And then I came home and ate dinner. If I didn't keep myself on that kind of loose food schedule, I wouldn't get the food in.
Right.
And if you don't get the food in, you're not doing it. You're not there. You won't ever get there. And so sometimes just having a loose food schedule like that, it sounds strict, but it's really not. Like it's how strict is like, oh shit, it's 10:30. I got to eat. And pretty soon your body's going to be like, you're like, I'm hungry. And you'll be like, oh yeah, it's 10:30. No wonder why. So, that's what starts happening. And that's how it really doesn't matter though, Raquel. You could eat. I have a client who works in a prison. She can't bring a lot of things in. She doesn't have like structured food, all the things. And so she eats a really big breakfast. She can have some prepackaged snacks that are sealed, contained. Like there's all these rules. She can have some of those at work, but then she eats a really big dinner. So it's a myth to say that you have to eat at certain
Break
times.
it up
Or
like that.
if 3 meals a day is your jam, then that's cool. I don't like feeling that stuffed. And so I would rather have like little meals throughout the day. So it's kind of that part's a personal choice. But I have also laid in bed at 10:30 at night eating oatmeal, nut butter, and protein powder because I was trying to get my food in. So it's like, that's not that fun. So that's why sometimes having like a loose schedule is good.
Yeah. I think like Natika said, like she could have gone without dinner tonight. Sometimes it does get like that. Like, it's like, I'm not even hungry. Like, I'm just.
You will get your body will adapt. The bodies are so amazing. They will adapt and get used to that food. And all of a sudden they'll start utilizing it. Hunger means you're using your food as fuel. That's what hunger means. Okay. Hunger means you've burned through it. The body did what it was supposed to be doing it. Not that much is getting stored. Look at that. I'm hungry again. That's like one of the best signs when you're reverse dieting is having hunger cues.
Hey, Leah, I know we only have a couple minutes, but you always say, don't stop before the magic happens. Yep. But can you tell them a little about what you always tell me? Just when I feel like the magic is about to happen, it doesn't, and it reverses like the next day. Or if I reach my lower weight, and I feel like, okay, tomorrow's the day, I'm gonna wake up half a pound lighter or whatever, it always goes back up. And so I feel like the magic is never going to happen. But you were telling me about that, you know, when you have that one little chip or cookie or whatever, how your body just kind of goes back to its happy place.
Because our bodies have set points. And so, yeah, don't quit before the miracle. And that's usually like the 2-week mark, or the, like, when we're right there and we're just like, oh, this is too much. This is too much food. This is whatever. Because our bodies do have a set point. And so, I mean, it's a little bit different from a reverse, but it's still don't quit before the miracle, because right when we're going to give up, especially like for set points for weight loss, it's a little bit different because our body's constantly fighting to be at this weight, right? And so when you have a bad weekend, whatever that means to you, you ate all the things you didn't want to eat, whatever, and you've lost you're down 3 pounds, and then all of a sudden Monday you're like up 5 pounds. It's because the minute the body gets a hold of that, it's like, oh, thank you, going back to the set point. And so that's why think about it the same in reverse. Like, that's why we just got to keep ticking away at this, because right when we quit, right when we're like, I'm not eating dinner tonight, screw it, I'm not doing it, I'm not hungry, that's when it's like, the body's like, see, yeah, I knew you wouldn't pull through, I'm holding on a little longer. So that's why trust the process, don't quit for the miracle. Like, this is just a minute in time. Like, do we feel fluffy when we reverse diet? Sometimes we do, but also check about your food quality when you're reverse dieting, because it does matter when you're putting more calories into your body, if they're crappy calories or good calories, because it's actually not about the calorie. It's about the quality of the food. The poor quality gets in your body. Your body's like, do. Oh, what the hell is this? I don't know what to do with this. And so it's like, oh, wah, inflame, red buzzers going off everywhere. Oh, my feet are going to get swollen. Shit. I don't know how to deal with this, right? Put bags under my eyes. So yeah, we pop up in water weight, right? When we put quality food in, the body's like, I don't even need to take effort. I know exactly how to digest this. I know where it goes. I know how to waste, bye, next. So that, when we're reversing, is something to take into consideration. A reverse is still not a free for all. It just means we need to fuel our bodies more. And what kind of food does our bodies like for fuel? Good quality food. So that's a way you can reduce like this jump in weight gain, feeling fluffy, all the things. The weight gain will be different if it's quality food, because I don't know about you guys, but like when I eat bad quality food and I get inflamed and all the things, like my satellites, the cellulite on my thighs literally is worse. And it's like 2 weeks of like water, quality food. Like, I see an improvement in 2 weeks. And so that's how I know that, like, that's really how I gauge the quality of my food. Are my like legs inflamed? Because I get inflammation really bad when I have poor quality food. And so keeping that in mind when we're reversing, the quality does matter. We're trying to fuel our bodies. And so you wouldn't put, dirty gasoline in your car. I probably wouldn't like it very much. Same.
I like it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Last thing, does anybody else have anything they want to say? The last thing I do want to say, ladies, if you're on a reverse, if you ever have to reverse, it is not an easy thing. It's not easy. It's a mind, you know what? I mean, it is like challenging. It's hard, but sometimes we got to do the hard thing to get what we want. And it's at the end worth it. Like I said, vicious cycle, up, down, emotions all over the place. Love myself, hate myself, look good, never going to go back there, do all the things, It's like, do we want to do that the rest of our lives? Or we just want to like put our heels in, dig our heels into the ground, do this for however long it takes. The more consistent we are, the faster it goes, drop weight, go to maintenance, fucking live there. Like, doesn't that sound amazing? That sounds
It
amazing. That sounds like freedom to me.
I
Go
love it.
America. Seriously. Where's the Fitme flag? I need to like be waving it right now. So if anybody has any more questions or concerns that come up, the reverse dieting, just sound good.
This was great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you guys next Wednesday. Maybe we'll
Have a
do a
good
weight
one.
loss season call.
Sounds good.
Bye, ladies.
Bye.